Hey everyone, Egman here with another video. And today we're going to look at an updated Turles list for BT17. This was a pretty unassuming archetype when it was released in set 15, say in Showdown. Like the only good card that people, used was the kind of like the boss monster for it. It's not even the boss monster, but just like a generic tech card for it, and it's just open-ended, and so it was good, and people used it a lot. But everything else was just kind of not used. But it does have something interesting for this new meta, where you get this Tree of Might for free from just playing the leader, which is a unison, which is kind of hard to get rid of for the first couple turns, which means that you're able to set up, and then you can start your empower chains for free. So that's just kind of the idea of this list, using the empower of it to just having a free unison to start your empower with the new kind of Z Fighters unison archetype that we get in BT17, and that's just kind of it. So we're going to go over this list. We also have an example match at the end. I will say this is no way a finalized list. I'm still tinkering with it. It's kind of awkward sometimes too. There are some clunkiness with it, but when it goes off, it really does. And I think the idea of it's good, and I just don't know the ratios and specific cards I want, which is why there's a bunch of cards in the side deck too. So I'm going to go over kind of the weaknesses for it, what I'm trying to accomplish with it, and just kind of go from there. So first, the leader. It has a permanent that essentially stops kind of like a what's the word, successor stuff. So if a Turles Crush card would be removed, placed in its owner's drop here by one of your skills, it's sent to the owner's warp instead. And also, when this card is placed in your leader area, you get to play one of your unison with 2 markers on it, and then when this card attacks, draw 1. And so if we look at this, it's 2 markers on it. It's a 16k, so they'd have to essentially swing in with a double strike Champa, but also so one, this can attack. It has a +1 auto if your leader card is a yellow Turles Crusher Corpse card. At the end, so at the start of your opponent's turn, flip up to 1 card in your life face up. So this, if you're going second, you place this down, your opponent starts their turn, and this actually starts with 3 markers, which is a lot of value. And then it has an auto if your leader card is a yellow Turles Crusher card. When your leader card attacks, you may choose 1 Turles Crusher card in your hand, add it to your life face up. If you do, use 1 face up Turles Crusher card from your life in a combo. So kind of like a King Piccolo kind of effect. And then also the -2 to add an extra card with Tree of Might, which we don't use that part. That's not part of the archetype. But we have an alternative awakening condition when your life is at 4 or less, or you have 3 or more life face up. You may draw 2 cards and flip this card over. So we can awaken with this leader pretty consistently on turn 2. The Tree of Might already does 2 of the life flips for you. So turn 1 of your opponent's turn 1, your opponent's turn 2. And normally when you want to keep this out for a turn or 2 anyways, we don't want to immediately go into our chain because we do get some value from this. And then we do have some cards like the actual kind of archetype cards that we use. So Aandroidd, at the end of battle, when this card is used from a combo, play this card from your drop area, then flip up to 1. So just comboing with 1 Aandroidd from life from a leader card swing with the tree is enough to already kind of awaken on turn 2. We also do have the Raisin and the Lakise just for more of your Crusher Corpse. Also, this just has an archetype. One, you get to play both. This gets played for free. And then also you can do some self-awakening with this Lakise as well. And then Raisin, it's a blocker, so it's kind of nice. So they play each other, but you can't play more than 1 copy per turn, essentially, between the 2 of them. So if you combo with this, you get the Lakise out for free, and they get to take the life. And something that I find with this list, which is kind of awkward, is that we awaken with like 8 life, or 7 or 8 life pretty consistently. But then we don't have any way to get rid of it, and our opponent always has unisons they can swing into to kind of life choke us for a little bit. So I do think like there is some reasoning for some additional self-awakening. So that's why Lakise works pretty well for us, just being able to get that. Freeze the army reinforcements as well, getting down to 5 to 4 is good, and also getting a blocker and everything else like that. So the other thing with this deck too, at least this version of it, is that we only have like 1 really good turn 1 play. It's Turles Great Ape Manipulator. If your leader card is a yellow Turles Crusher Corp, when this card is played from your hand, flip to 1 card in your life face up, activate up to 1 Turles Powerball from your deck or drop here, then shuffle your deck. So being able to flip a card face up is really good. Helps us awaken. Being able to get a field extra card from our deck and then this gets a blocker, so 1-drop blocker that flips the card like face up. Even like late game, just being able to see what's in your life, so you can see if it's like what you need or something. It's just information, which is fine, right? And then you get a blocker, which is nice. And then the Powerball, it's just free value. The first 2 autos don't mean anything. It's just the fact that it's a field card that's out, that also has an activate battle where please the card is owner's drop, choose up to one of your cards with Turles and its character name. It gets plus 6k power for the battle. So it's just additional combo. It's just good value. So it is kind of clunky though. So I don't know if this is worth it. The 1-drop's good. We also have the other 1-drop Turles. If this card's when this card's played, you choose 1 Turles card in your hand, enter your life face up. If you do, add 1 card from your life to your hand. So this pretty much does the same thing. It does get the cycle and then puts it into your life, so you can awaken a little bit earlier. And then auto limit 1 spirit boost. If your leader's a Turles Crusher Corp, when this card attacks, it gets plus 1k power for the battle. Then use up to 1 face up Turles Crusher Corp from your life in a combo. So this one's like better like mid-late game. This is like a really good turn 1 play. Maybe running both, but it's what it is. I think it's fine. We also have, I guess that's pretty much it. And then we just go up our Z Fighter stuff. So if you don't know, these are all fantastic in power cards, and so they all do well. I think actually Yamcha is probably the best one for this deck specifically, because it lets you just choose 2 of your opponent's battle cards and switch to rest mode, which is kind of nice, getting some pop. And then also like just the fact that you can do like a +0 on this when you need to as well is good enough. Sometimes you want to go into your Gohan, but you want to get some free cycles, so Yamcha gets to do that and get the rest of stuff and then do +0. So I think Yamcha is probably the best one for this list specifically. Vegeta's good too, being able to pop something in rest mode. And then it's a 15k the first turn it's played, as long as you do the +1. Also, whenever it's placed in a drop here, you get some cycle. Piccolo's in power, auto lets you draw a card too, so the cycle is good. And then 4 of the big boy Son Gohan Z Fighter. This card has 4 more markers on it. When this card's played, choose up to X of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode, ignoring barrier, or X is equal to the number of yellow units and cards you drop here and KO them. So this will always be like 2 or 3. Even on the first time you play it, because you'll have the Tree of Life, and then you'll have like a 1-drop like Vegeta or Gohan in there, and being able to pop things, ignoring barrier is fantastic. +1, you get to draw a card, and then the great effect about it is that the -3, choose up to 1 of your leader cards. This card and that card gets plus 5k power into the end of your opponent's turn. This gains triple attack for the turn, so you just get to be a 25k triple attacker. Your leader becomes a 20k for the rest of the turn, and this has blocker, so even if you just do 2 swings, you can just keep it there. It's a 25k blocker. And then again, just having your leader be a 20k on your opponent's turn, like the permanent bean effect is just absurd. It's so much defensive power. It makes it so difficult for your opponent to get, bully you down, and it's just great. So, and it's very easy for you to just chain these Gohans. It's kind of hard to pop this unless your opponent puts a lot of energy into it. And then what you do is you just do the +1, you get a draw card, you get to swing with this once at 20k, and then you go into another one and you just keep going it. So these Gohan chains are just the win condition, and I really do mean like this card just wins games. It's just crazy how much value it gets. Those are like the main cards for the deck that we want to talk about. Vegeta's also good because this will always be live, and then also the new Goku. Being able to have a counter attack that also you play this card in rest mode for 1, and it's also you can just play this for 1 on your own turn as long as you have a yellow unison play. And then Spirit Boost plays cards that owns drop area. When this card is placed, just 1 of your opponent's battle cards and switch to rest mode. Additionally, if it has a energy cost of 5 or less KO it, then draw 1. So for 1 on a 15k with a Spirit Boost, you can just play this, send it on your own turn. Switch something to rest mode, and then pop it and draw a card. So this just gets so much value. It's such a good card if you're running unisons already. Looking at the other cards, this is good just to do some self-awakening at Spirit Boost and everything. So this could be potentially good in the main board as like a good turn 1 play, especially since by the end of it we'll probably have a couple extra markers on our Tree of Might before we do our Empower stuff, so we can worth it. Roshi's just great for self-awakening. You just play it for 1, and then you get to self-awaken even on turn 1, which is why it's useful. Basil's good always as well for yellow tech. Trunks can be good for doing the self-awakening stuff. I did think about this card as well, being able to counter, and then we don't have a lot of yellow extra cards though, so I'm not immediately invested, but obviously it counts the Turles Powerball on field too if we get it out, so that's good. Bardocks for card draw. Also, if you want to do like the janky, like, oh, give your opponent a great ape card that costs 4 and then you get to draw 2. Bardock does that, I guess. So if you want to do that, you can. And then if it gets popped, you can just use the 1 to get cycle. It's janky, but there we go. There's an option. And then Son Goku Return of the Dragon Fist. If you want even another finisher besides your Son Gohan, this is an option for you. But that is the list. I think there's still some iterations to go for it, but it's super fun. I highly recommend testing it out. And let's go to the example game. All right, we have an example match for you guys today using the Turles versus the new Piccolo from my Untapped stream. Additionally, if you guys want to see the full stream, it should be re-uploaded and linked in the description as well. And we're just setting up because we do have to have our life separated since we have to flip some of it up. We're going second, so we get 3 markers on our tree immediately. We flip up the Yamcha, we charge the Almond, and we don't see our turn 1 play, which always stinks. We just use the effect to draw a card. We combo there. We use that to find the other one. We take a card from our life to our hand, which is the Vegeta. And then we just pass. We get a 4th marker there. We get another card flipped up. We do see it's the Gohan. They charge. They swing their Piccolo into our leader. They're putting the Piccolo underneath their leader. And there we go. We get our 1-drop Turles a turn late, but that's fine. Using the Assimilate to find the Slug and just passing from there. So charging another Almond, and we swing our leader there. We use our Unison effect. We combo with that. We end up taking that. Almond's just better for the list, I think, outright. So we get the flip up. It's another Yamcha. And then we use the Yamcha to rest both Piccolos. Use the +0, and then we just swing into one of the Piccolos, just a 5k. And then we swing in with, we're using the Vegeta effect, so we get the pop there. It's a 15k. Thinking about swing if we want to swing into the Unison into their leader, and no, we decide just not to. They get the Awaken anyways and everything. So using the effect of the Slug to play a 1-drop, and then probably using the 1-drop effect to play the Slug. Yep, we've seen this before. Swinging into our leader, putting another one of those Piccolos underneath it. Comboing with the Slug, doing the draw 2, and we just take the 1. Got 3 super combos in hand, feeling kind of good. And just continue to swing in the leader, which we're totally fine with. We're down to 4, and I think swing into Unison would have put a lot more pressure on me, but I also think that they wouldn't have done a lot. And just plays the Piccolo using the effect. All right, yeah. And just passing there. Charging the 1-drop Turles, using the +1 effect, just a 10k into there. That's fine. And then using the Gohan effect, it only gets to pop the rested. I was mistaken there, so he should be bringing back the 2 other ones. I keep forgetting about that effect. It's only rested cards because it pops like cards with barriers. So I mean, getting rid of the Slug is the biggest thing. And we swing into there, 25k, swing again, 25k, and we get the blocker. I don't think we want to pressure anything more, but we're just going to pass. We're feeling pretty good. We do have a 20k leader. We have a 25k blocker. Another blocker out, and then additionally we have 3 super combos in hand. So I don't think, and like also the army reinforcements in hand. So swings into our Unison, we get the block, and we actually combo out of it. And swinging there, nothing. And I think we're just kind of looking for we comboed out of it because we wanted to find the Vegeta, which we ended up finding. Goes down to 2, so since he lost the marker, it's down to a 20k blocker, which is fine. They play the Piccolo, and we rest it with the Vegeta. And they swing that in, so to get assumedly the cycle, so it's a 20k, and we take the 1, we go down to 3, and it's our turn again. So charging a Piccolo, we use our Gohan to swing there. We use the Pan, which means the attack still goes through. And then from here, we do the +1. We can't draw because of the slug, but we do get another Gohan. -3. Big swings. We've seen it. So 25k there. Lives to swing again. 25k. All right, getting the Kamehameha to get the rest and the poutine, and then swing with our leader there, get a card draw, and just the 20k. In the past turn, 2 life. We do still have a very blocker there. Basil does have 2 swings, but again, we are a 20k leader, so I think, yeah, we use this. We do have to lose the marker on the Gohan, but we get the we get coolered on there, so that kind of stinks. And then we end up blocking it because if they have Champa, then we're in a really bad spot. So swing there, 20k, and comboing. We super combo trade there. Yeah, and Poutine's triggered for turn as well, because we did activate a counter. Alright, slug underneath. It's 15k. Ooh, misplay, we'd love to see it. They say it's a misplay. Combo the cooler. We just combo one of our twins. Assimilate into another 1-drop Piccolo. And that is the turn. All right, so we charge another one of our Piccolo Unisons. Do the +1, swing in there, 20k. We use the effect again because we did play another Mecha Frieza. Let's see. So that rests there. We should have rested something because of the Poutine, but we swing. They use the Frieza Army reinforcements. Yeah, so third swing, 25k there. And then swing leader, we rest there. We use the spirit boost there and everything. And we just become a big 75k. He only got 1 life, and that really should be game. So that is the game. I think it really shows how good a Gohan chain really is. And since we knew we had 1 in life, we could also get 1 from life later if we felt like it, and that would just continue the chains and everything. But that's going to be it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think about this deck. Let me see your own builds, and I'll catch you all next time.